Hey NBA fanatics, it's your hoster. Once again, it is Rai, and I'm back to do the NBA playoffs for the 2017 edition. Now, they just start this past Friday. Hey, I'm only a few days late, okay? It's better late than ever, or something like that. So, I'm sorry about the lateness. First thing first, I am going to discuss about the Western Conference playoffs matchup. The Golden State Warriors are number one. They got the number top seed. And their opponent is the Portland Trail Blazers. They got the 8th seed. Do you think Golden State Warriors is going to win this thing? Probably. Do you think it's going to be a tough battle? Most likely. Do you think it's going to be an upset? Never say never. Now go to the Golden State Warriors, are the former NBA champion. 2 seasons ago? They broke the Bulls record last season. 73-9. Congratulations to you once again. But it came up a little too short. They should win the whole thing. They blew a 3-1 lead into the finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now I cannot stay in Cleveland with the passion. LeBron James should never ever left Cleveland in their first place. They should build around Cleveland, but they no one want to go to Cleveland because it's not like a marketing team like New York, Chicago, LA, and etc. You know what I'm saying? So he decided to go Miami, won a couple titles, won back to Cleveland, and win the first ever championship in Cleveland history, Cavalier history. So that's all I gotta say. So I think this is gonna be a very, very good series. Now let's see here. I gotta read my phone. Now the 4 or 5 matchup, the Clippers and Utah Jazz. This should be a very, very good series. I don't know who's gonna win the series. It might be an upset. It might not be an upset. It might go the final game. I think they played 7 games. I can't recall. I don't know if it's best out of 7 or best out of 5. I think it's best out of 5. I don't remember. Okay, so let's see here. Let's move on to the next one. I think all these Western Conference, the first round looks pretty good to watch. I haven't watched any of these games yet, sadly, but surely. Next one is a 3 versus 6. The Rockets versus Oklahoma. And now Harden used to play with Oklahoma back in the day. I wish he never left, but money talks, and the rest of it. I really like to see Oklahoma goes on farther in the playoffs, but you never know. This is definitely going to be a great series. It might be a high-scoring series, games. Who knows? So, let's see. And then Spurs are number 2 seed versus number 7 seed, Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies. Most likely, probably the Spurs are going to sweep the series, or win in 5, or maybe they will force a game 6 or 7. I don't know how many games they play in the first round. Sorry, I can't keep track. So there might be a couple upsets in the first round. You never know. Maybe one game that the underdog might win, but I don't know. I think Golden State is going to get farther in the playoffs. Same thing for Clippers. Same thing for, it could go either or between the Rockets and Oklahoma, and the Spurs and Memphis. I don't think Memphis has a chance to win the series, but you never know. Now we are going with the Eastern Conference. Number 1 seed, the Boston Celtics, and number 8 seed, the Chicago Bulls. I am so glad the Bulls made a playoff for the first time in a long time. A couple weeks ago, they were in 9th place, and I thought they were not going to make it, and they will keep pushing, and they were in, at the time they were in 7th place and they just fell to 8th seed. So I prefer the 7th seed than the 8th seed, but it's okay. This should be a very, very good series. They play later on today. A lot of people on ESPN says that Boston's going to win Game 1. Let's see what happens. I'd be shocked if the Bulls win the first round of the playoff, but I don't think so. Let's see what about this another matchup. Washington versus Atlanta Falcons. Not Falcons, Atlanta Hawks. The 4-5 matchup. Washington is 4. Atlanta is 5. I think Washington's going to win this one. Or maybe Atlanta might pull an upset. Who knows? If you're a 4th seed, you get home court advantage in the first round. So that'd be pretty neat if Atlanta could pull up an upset. Okay, next match up is the 3-6 seed, Toronto versus Milwaukee. I like to see Milwaukee move on for the first time since 1999, 2000. They got to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to Philly, but still, yeah, it was 2000, wasn't it? And of course, Philly lost to LA that year. That's the last time Milwaukee was in this position. Okay, next matchup is the 2nd seed versus the 7th seed. Cleveland is the 2nd seed, and Pacers in the 7th seed. I think probably Cleveland's going to sweep the Pacers, or maybe Pacers might get a game or two. I don't know. Actually, Pacers should won Game 1. They lost by 1 point, 2 points. I don't know. But that's all I got to say. Hopefully we don't see a Cleveland Golden State rematch from what last year and the year before. And another thing is I don't want to see LeBron go back to the finals for the 7th straight year overall. I don't know if the NBA don't mind to see him back in the finals. I think some of these calls are rigged. I know a lot of you won't agree with me. Probably sent him back in the day when it was the Jordan era, That's why the Bulls won 6 titles in a row. Well, they should won more, but Jordan took some time off. You know why. But off the record, the 94, when Jordan was in there, I thought we were going to see Houston versus the Bulls. That'd be a great series. Might go to 6 or 7. I know none of you guys give a darn because that is old news. But it would never happen. The only reason that's going to happen if you play any NBA game and download Michael Jordan or create them. Now I'm going to discuss about these standings, okay? Really quickly. I know none of you guys give a darn, and probably you guys know already. Boston Celtics finish up the regular season with 53 wins and 29 losses. Not bad at all, okay? They got the top seed. I think they got a home court advantage throughout the finals and all that hoopla. They got 30 wins and 11 losses at home. Not bad, not bad. Road losses, 23 wins and 18 losses. Not bad. Division, overall in the division in the Eastern Conference, 11 wins and 5 losses. Conference, other division, 36 and 16. Not bad. I don't know what PPG mean. Sorry. So they end on a high note, 3-game winning streak. The last 10 games is 7-3. Okay. Now I'm just gonna discuss about the 1 and 10, 1 and 8. Who made the playoffs? The Cleveland. They get the 2nd seed. They clinch 51 wins and 31 losses. 31 wins and 10 losses at home. Not bad. On the road, not so good. 20 wins and 21 losses. Division, 8 wins and 8 losses. They could do way better, but I guess they just don't give a darn because they clinched the playoffs. They kind of slipped. Conference, 35 wins, 17 losses. Same thing like Boston. Very neck and neck. They lost 4 in a row in the regular season. It don't matter because they clinched already. In the last 10 games, they 4-6. Toronto clinched the 3rd seed. 51 wins and 31 losses. They got the same record as Cleveland. Wow. 28 wins, 13 losses at home. On the road, 23 wins and 18 losses. Not bad. In the division, I think they got the best division. 14 wins and 2 losses. Not too bad. Conference, 34 wins and 18 losses. Not bad for the conference overall. And then they have 4-game winning streak and 8-2 in the last 10 games. Not bad for Toronto. For Washington, they got the 4th seed. 49 losses, 33 losses. 49 wins, 33 losses. 30 wins, 11 losses. 19 victories, 19 losses on the road. Not bad. They can improve next season. 8-8 in division. That's a 500 thing. 500 ball club for the division. Conference, that's pretty decent. Well, yeah, that's pretty decent. 32 and 20, and they lost 1, and they were 5-5 in the last 10 games. Atlanta Hawks got the 5th seed, 43 wins and 39 losses. 23 wins and 18 losses at home. 20 wins and 21 losses on the road. Not good. Division, 6 wins and 10 losses in the division. Conference, 30 wins and 22 losses. Not bad. They lost 1 winning streak. And then 6-4 in 10 games. Last 10 games. Milwaukee Bucks, they got the 6th seed. 42 wins and 40 losses. 23 and 18 at home. 19 and 22 on the road. Division 10-6. That could be a little better. Maybe next year they can improve in the division. Conference 27 and 25. Conference moving over. Winning streak. They lost 1, and they're 5-5 at the last 10 games. Okay, now the 7th seed, the Indiana Pacers, 42 wins, 40 losses. Home, 29 wins and 12 losses. Not bad. That's pretty decent. On the road, not so good. 13 wins and 28 losses. Division, 8-8. Not good, but whatever. Conference, 26 and 26 conference. So that's decent. Moving over. 5-game winning streak. That's a good start. They got into the playoffs. 6-4 the last 10 games. And for doubles, they clinched the 8th seed. 41 wins, 41 losses. Home, 25 wins, 16 losses. On the road, not good on the road. 16 wins, 25 losses. Division, 9-7. Conference, 28 and 24. And they got 2-game winning streak. And the last 10 games, 7 wins and 3 losses. So that wraps it up for the Eastern Conference, who made the playoffs. Now for the Western Conference. I'm trying to hurry up, sorry. Golden State Warriors clinch home field advantage. I'm sorry, the thing about football. They clinch home court advantage throughout the finals if they get that far. Golden State is 67-15, 36-5 at home. Road 31-10, division 14-2, conference 42-10, 1-game winning streak, and then 9-1 in the last 10 games. So not bad, pretty decent record. San Antonio Spurs, they clinch the 2nd seed, 61 wins and 21 losses, 31-10 at home, 30-11 on the road. 11-5 in the division conference, 36-16. Moving over, they lost 3 in a row. And the last 10 games, 5-5. Probably they arrest a lot of starters. Not too bad. Pretty good record. They always have great records, San Antonio. Always a great coach, Popovich, and a lot of hoopla. They won a lot of championships in the past, and probably they're going to win another one this year. Who knows? The 3rd seed, the Houston Rockets, 55 wins, 27 losses, 30 wins, and 11 losses at home. Road record, 22 and 19, 10 and 6 division conference record, 31 and 20, 31 and 21. 7-game win streak, 8 and 2 in the last 10 games. So they're very. I'm sorry, wrong team. Let me start over for Houston. 55 and 27. 55 wins, 27 losses. 30 and 11 wins at home. 25 and 16 on the road. 10 and 6 division conference. 36 and 16 in the conference. Okay, 1-game win streak and 5 and 5 in the last 10 games. Now, the Clippers. They got the 4th seed, 51 wins, 31 losses, 29 wins, 12 losses. At home, road record, 22 road and 19 losses. Division 10 and 6. Conference 31 wins, 21 losses, and they got a 7-game winning streak and 8 and 2 in the last 10 games. Oklahoma, they locked up the 6th seed, 47 wins, 35 losses. They move over home, 28 and 13. Road, excuse me, 29 and 22 on the road, 10 and 6 division, 29-23 conference, and that's okay. Moving over, they lost 1. Last 10 games, 6 and 4. Memphis Grizzlies, 43 and 39, 24 and 17 at home. On the road, 29-22 on the road. Conference, 28-24 conference. They lost 2 in a row. The last 10 games, 3 and 7. Last but not least, Portland Trail Blazers, 41 and 41. Home record, 25 wins, 16 losses. Road record, 16 wins and 25 losses. Division, 11 and 5. Conference, 28 and 24. Winning streak, they lost 1, and the last 10 games is 7 and 3. So overall, Golden State Warriors get the best record overall. Okay. Actually, right behind them is San Antonio. Yeah, they almost got 70 wins, Golden State, but they lost so many games. They lost 15. So, and then look at the Eastern Conference. Okay, this is pathetic. Okay, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Indiana, and Chicago could always move up, but all these teams I mentioned, they keep slipping. Look at, even Washington could win 50 games, but it was a little too late. Last year Bulls were 42 and 40, and they missed the playoffs. And look at Milwaukee Bucks and the Pacers; they made the playoffs. Same record the Bulls had last year. Go figure. So most likely, in my eyes, probably the Western Conference is gonna win the whole darn thing this year. But you never know. I think the only team could win the whole thing for the Eastern Conference, or maybe 2 teams: the Boston Celtics or the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'd really be surprised if Toronto could find a way to win it, or Washington, but there's no really major big time team in the East besides Cleveland. Maybe Boston might give them a run for the Eastern Conference Finals if they get that far. So that wraps it up. Sorry if I went a little overboard. So what games are you really looking forward to? I know a lot of them are in process already. They, like a lot of them were in game 2 on August. I thought a lot of them played today on Easter. Speaking of Easter, happy Easter to everyone out there if you're listening. I don't know. I know some NBA fans are kind of disappointed. No Philly, no New York Knicks, no Brooklyn Nets, the Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns. The list goes on and on. But at least the Bulls made the playoffs. Even the Lakers didn't make the playoffs. They're a rebuilding team. But I just don't. Hopefully, we don't see another rematch from what last year and the year before, 2 years in a row of the same teams, Cleveland and Golden State Warriors. I know it's about ratings, but when it comes down to the Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference Finals, I guarantee the referees are gonna rig the game or have stupid calls and let LeBron and Cleveland move on to the finals. It seemed like LeBron and Cleveland has an easy road get back to the finals. You know, they say, I think LeBron says, thank God I'm not facing the Bulls in the first round because Bulls always give him a tough issue in the playoffs. It seemed like it, you know. I don't know, but it seemed like Bulls always have LeBron's number in the playoffs. Not always, but like 1 or 2 games. But overall, LeBron and Cleveland always beat the Bulls in the playoffs. Always. It reminded me of back in the day when Michael Jordan and the Bulls beat Cleveland in the playoffs every single darn year. Back in the day, now it's in reverse, you know. Maybe one day, I know it sounds silly, the Bulls could beat Cleveland and get to the finals, but wishful thinking. But good luck with your teams if your team's in it, or you just gonna watch the NBA playoffs. Just overall, give me a like if you like this special podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. All my other social media accounts are down below. If I might come back for round 2, if not, I might come back just for the NBA finals. Who knows? Have a good one. Take care. And I don't know when is. I'm waiting for all the rounds to be done because it might take a while. So that's it. So thank you very much for listening, and once again, happy Easter for everyone out there. This is your friend here, Rai, is signing off. Hopefully we see some good matchups. The games are in process, or the games have not started game 1. Now my here.